Child's Play, a book of piano pieces that I composed quite a long time ago, many years ago. My name is Margaret Dylan Jones. Dylan is my middle name, so my name is Margaret Jones, and my title is Mix, or MX, which is a non-binary transgender title, which I've used for a long, long time. So Child's Play is 8 piano pieces, mostly solo piano pieces. One is given as a duet and as a trio instead, but the duet can be played by one person if they're pretty good, and another one is a duet which also can be played by one person if they're pretty good. So anyway, there's 8 pieces. The titles are Upside Downs, A Lazy Day, The Greedy Rose Snake, which used to be in the exam syllabus in the 1990s for a long time, Rubens' Big Day Out, which is dedicated to Paul Keating, by the way, Homage to Webern, Homage to Schoenberg, Clouds, which can be a solo or a duet, Alone in the Dark Forest, which is supposed to be a duet or a trio, can be done as a solo. Now they're all dodecaphonic, or 12 tone or 12 note, all using the same row. And I wrote it to demonstrate that you could use the same 12 note row, which is a technique kind of invented or developed by Webern and Schoenberg. Schoenberg was the teacher in the 1920s. You can use the same row and get lots of different results, all kinds of different sounding music, which is well demonstrated in this piece. So I'm just going to start off playing the first little piece. I'll just demonstrate the book. Here's the book, and it comes with a plastic cover which reflects a bit of light. So if I take that off, you can see that it opens up like that. And we have really good binding that opens the page really well, so you don't have any problem opening the page. So let's discuss this a little bit. The preface, 12 note pieces, 12 tone row. I'll talk about that in a second, what that really means. And I'm suggesting that these pieces were originally composed as individual pieces, not meant to be played as a set. But you could make 2 sets out of them. The sort of easy set would be the first 4, and then sort of moderate to quite difficult set would be the last 5, if there's one piece that could be in both sets, perhaps. So we have a page here, a chart, with some of the row written out sometimes and other times left blank, which students could fill in. For example, if they play this piece, they could look at the notes there and try and figure out where is that in this chart, and I'll give you the clue. Where is it? It's down here. So that is P0, it's at 12 notes there, and they can figure that out, and then they can try and find out where is that one, which is upside down, it's the inversion. So that's over here, so that's that one there. So there's the clue already for you. And so forth with the other pieces. There is one piece that uses a row that's derived from this. It's not exactly the same. And there goes my telephone. So I'll just cut the video and figure out what happened with my telephone. So getting back to where we were talking about just one piece. I'll just record one piece. Upside Downs, it's a 12 note row. So in the 12 note system that Schoenberg sort of devised in the 1920s, you have your 12 notes of your chromatic scale, and you put them in a certain order. It's like a 12 note melody, if you like. And you use that 12 note row all the way through your whole piece of music. And you can transpose it up and down. You could also do it backwards, and you could also make it upside down as well. So instead of skipping down, it might skip up, or step down, it might skip a step up instead. So melodically inverted as well, and combinations thereof. So you end up with quite a number of different rows you can actually use from the one row. Anyway, so the first piece demonstrates this perfectly. It's upside downs, because we have the 12 note row there, and then we play it upside down. It's got a good quirky rhythm. I've taught this to lots of beginners, lots of young children actually. They love it. I teach it by rote basically, and I talk about finding patterns of white notes and black notes. There's 3 white, 3 black, 2 white, 2 black, 2 white. That kind of thing makes it easier to learn, and teach it by rote, and they love it. I'm going to play it twice with a bar gap in between, because it makes a bit more of a piece of music out of it that way. Here we go, Upside Downs. And that's the first piece of Child's Play.